Hello, guys and girls, and welcome with Demon with Friends. Now we're doing a review of Hell in a Cell. Let's welcome our guest. Introduce yourself.
Hello, guys. It's Firefly Kiri.
Hello, girls. It's me. I don't know. It's like one the ghost. What up?
Buddy disconnected from your channel.
No.
Zach.
I'm just God. Hi.
Shut the fuck up.
Is to be honest.
So,
I mean, God is better than what this pay-per-view was.
To be honest.
well, it had its moments.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, like any pay-per-view does. They have some God moments, and the rest of it's just.
No, I'm
Blah, blah, blah.
So, to describe this pay-per-view, it is a filler.
Basically,
Pretty much.
yes.
Yeah,
Which is a sad thing to say, considering it featured Brock Lesnar and The Undertaker.
Yeah.
That's filler.
And Alberto Del Rio. Like,
no, you spoiled. No, bad boy. So first, let's talk about the kickoff show because it was quite nice. It was the six-man tag team match. Dolph Ziggler, Cesaro, in Neville versus the Europeans, how they called that team.
Yeah.
Sheamus, Rusev, and come on, I know you want to say it.
Wade Barrett.
Barrett Barrage.
But
So, it was a qualitative good match, and we saw the little Stardust section to mock a little bit Cesaro, because that is his current feud that I totally forgot about.
I think everybody currently forgot about it.
Yeah,
I don't know
forgettable.
anything of it.
the forgettable thing.
to be honest.
Yeah, because all he does is just sit in the audience that isn't really promoting a feud, so just stupid.
Yeah.
You ain't wrong.
Pretty shit, to be honest. I'm just kind of okay, cool.
Just like, I'm here.
Yeah.
I act off.
The main thing that I remember is that every one of the face team showed their moves off. Cesaro did many uppercuts as possible. Dolph Ziggler done his little jump and wild things that he does.
Zigzag.
Yeah,
Neville
and
did his red arrows
yeah,
to finish the match. But
Against-
the other three kind of just went.
yeah.
that's not good.
The only thing that we didn't predict was who takes the pin. I really
Yeah,
thought
take the pin.
it was Wade
Oh.
Barrett.
Here's Barrett, yeah.
No, yeah, Barrett was the one that was pinned, and the good guys won.
Yeah,
Barbaros.
but
One
still,
of
it
those.
was a qualitative good match for a kickoff.
It was kind of just. It's that little mini. Not really mini feud between the three of them. Well, the six of them even. Three on each side, and it's kind of. They will always seesaw back and forth to who wins and who loses, and it just seems like one of those. It was a filler feud in a filler pay per view.
Be fair there.
Yeah, because it was all like every match had been done before.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Every single match had been done at least once before.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Well, yes.
And another thing that we should mention of the kickoff show: Renee Young's dress doll.
You're Renee Young. is based up.
True.
I have nothing to say on the kickoff match, but I will talk about Renee Young.
I was on the Wikipedia page and I saw kickoff show panel, clicked on Renee Young and went, oh.
She was going to the Oscars. Leave her alone.
It really looked like it.
To be honest.
So,
Maybe she was dressed up for Wade Barrett.
Maybe she was dressed up for Dean Ambrose.
I
Hey.
mean, that's my man.
Don't do this to me.
so then the show started like we predicted, even with John Cena US Open Challenge. But I got blown away. Which person came out?
Zeb Coulter.
Yes.
Yeah, Zeb Coulter answered the open challenge. Then everybody expected Swagger, which made a lot of sense.
We was
Yep.
all hoping for Dean.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I would have
Ben.
liked Dean, but I was happy with my nigga Dutch Mantel.
Damn
I mean,
I'm still be remiss to say that why the fuck is he not in the Hall of Fame?
Could be.
controversy.
Dutch Mantel needs more love.
Uh,
Anyway.
yeah. So, Zeb is now the new manager of Alberto Del Rio.
That's rolling of the R's, man.
Bravo!
I'm just saying that maybe that was the reason why he cancelled his November tour for the German indie platform WXW.
Yeah. I watched it with these guys, and they probably saw on my webcam that I didn't react much, and it's because like the buzz has been around for a few weeks that he's coming back. I would have liked if it had been kept quiet, so like it wasn't shocking. And the only reason I didn't bring it up during like our predictions is because if they have avoided spoilers, I didn't want to spoil it for them.
How about did I good?
Yeah, I did a good.
I heard as well that he's coming back, but I heard he wanted to come back to the later.
Yeah. I was surprised by Dutch Mantel. I did not see that coming.
Yeah.
Dutchman tell what?
About how Zeb Carter was his manager.
Oh.
Yeah, and the one thing that really kinda annoys me, how easily clean Alberto Del Rio won against Cena.
Cena didn't
Yeah.
look like he was even giving half of a fuck most of the time.
Yeah.
He just looked really, really drawn out and just
Yeah, quite to be honest.
Well, it does put Del Rio over strong, how easily and quickly he beat the face of the company clean.
Yeah.
Now,
Which I have to.
his little super kick thing is now an issue. It's
Yep.
been built up.
No, it was a nice combination, I must say, about the backstabber and the super.
Yeah, and JBL, to his credit, sold that thing like death.
Yeah.
Like, he did his job, like talking about how that's the kick that won Del Rio a world title, because it was. And people will forget that, but if JBL brings it up, they'll go, "Oh yeah, that kick is a problem."
Yeah.
So he did his job well.
Bravo to the man.
But wasn't there as well in that match a stupid comment from the commentary? I forgot it. There was in that match a really stupid comment.
Didn't they say something along the lines of "you're hurting him"? Or was that in a different match? I remember it being said.
Well, maybe I just confused it. Well, now we've got Alberto Del Rio as the new US champion. And I would kinda liked it if they were going for Alberto Del Rio's arm breaker thing.
The armbar.
Yeah, because we all know that John Cena going to be on an hiatus because of some recording and stuff for a new reality show. And it would make sense in the K-pop thing if he got injured in that battle. You can still say he got injured, but it makes more sense if they would go that way because it happened many times before with him.
Maybe they're just trying to transition Del Rio away from that move.
Possibly because of they might not want for him to use it, and they might make it the kick his signature thing now, since
Yeah.
it was what won him the title.
Especially since they're trying to stay away from the term breaker.
Yeah,
They don't like calling backbreakers anymore.
yeah,
Yeah.
They're backstabbers.
Well, that name was even before that.
yeah.
There are different kind of backbreakers, and backstabber is one variation.
There's Randy Orton's one as well. Twisted him behind the back. I know
Yeah.
that. That's probably the only other one I know, to be honest.
Oh, there's like 1,000 ways to do a backbreaker.
Yeah.
Just
I
watch
just don't-
any Roderick Strong match, he'll bust out like 20 in one match.
I just never particularly remember like listening to the names. I just go, "Oh, cool, he broke his back."
Oh, I just like the swinging backbreaker.
Yeah,
That looks, if it's done well, so brutal.
to be honest.
Well, that match was subpar.
Yeah.
Because both of them are quite good wrestlers, but together they don't mix well, in my opinion.
Well, I mean, they mix well, just the way that they did it wasn't the smartest.
Yeah, like they have a good track record. Like they have had great matches together in the past. I just think it's a case of Del Rio readjusting to the style.
Yeah.
And since he doesn't have to wrestle Lucha Libre anymore.
Yeah.
And another thing is, because they did it that way, they can't start the whole pay-per-view with a 5-star match. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
But
a
I
case
mean,
of don't show up Wyatt and Reigns or Taker and Lesnar.
yeah.
Yeah, because the main event.
Yeah. That was, yeah.
So
We'll get to
That
that
was-
in a
yeah.
minute.
That was nice one, Erica.
Shut up.
It was like, if you had to rate it out of like 1 to 10, what would you put it as?
The
isn't
Del Rio Cena match.
Yeah.
A weak 7, maybe even a mid 6.
I'd put it as a 5.
I would say as well 5. It was average. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't really one of the best.
If
Yeah.
Cena gave it his all, then it would have been way higher because Del Rio was on point.
Yeah,
but-
just it seemed like he was really carrying the match, in my opinion.
I think Del Rio looked a bit off, even
Yeah.
to me. Like,
I
Well,
think
of
he'd
course.
just come back and he was signed with the Lucha Underground, was it?
he
Yeah.
was signed with Lucha Underground, and he's still signed by AAA.
Right.
and-
Isn't he mega champion?
He is AAA champion, yeah.
Yeah. Wonderful.
Well-
So there it is. Kind of just calls for an average match, really.
Yeah.
Makes sense why they started it as well. It was the main, well, the official starting match. And
Yeah.
it'd be fairly weak. And plus, it wasn't. I think it was the shortest match on. It was the shortest match on the card. No, second shortest match.
to the shortest match we come much later.
Yes, we do.
So
Surprisingly.
now I think we can move on to the second match. Or does anyone have something else to say about the John Cena Alberto Del Rio match?
I have one more thing to say. Honestly, I think, like I said a couple seconds ago, I think Del Rio and Coulter really carried the match, even though he did come back from being in another company. He did really well for trying to readjust.
Because
I
he's going
just-
against the face of the company.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I just want to say I'm extremely happy that Dutch Mantel is back on my television.
Yeah, I like that part even more than Alberto Del Rio. I know he's a good wrestler, but he I know that
he can't promo for shit.
yeah.
Yeah, that's why they.
I would say I would rate him in promo wise Ryback level.
Yeah.
Not even that.
Yeah.
Like Dutch Mantel, he's not quite Heyman, but he's almost there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would put him more of a Lesnar level.
Yeah. Just as an aside, this is a company that has Paul Heyman and Dutch Mantel under contract, and neither of them are on the booking committee. What's wrong with them?
A lot.
Yeah. I think it's now time to move to the next match, and it was kind of surprised that it was so early in the card.
Definitely.
It was the first Hell in a Cell match. Roman
And the
Reigns
longest.
versus
Yeah, that was
Bray
the longest
Wyatt.
match.
yeah.
I
It
get
was-
why they put it there. It's just to keep the two cells apart, so you don't
Mm.
get worn out and bored of cell matches. So
Yeah.
it makes sense.
But it was, in my eyes, the strongest one on the card. And fucking incredible.
I'm gonna agree with you on that.
I can only say two things about it. It was from the match itself and the quality about the technical standpoint, the best match on the card. But story-wise, it was
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, story wise, it was shit. But minus the story and put in some other bullshit. Honestly, it would have been a really good match.
It
But just
is.
having that little, let's have a match, yay. Putting Roman Reigns with Bray Wyatt at any point in time would be a good match.
Not true.
No,
Not always.
there are better combinations.
Yeah, but you have to give credit where it's due. They sold the shit out of that for what they were given.
Oh yeah, they sold it, but still.
I'm of the minority. This wasn't my match of the night.
Well, it definitely wasn't my match of the night, but
It was
I
one
loved
of
the
the
match.
better ones.
it was one of the
It was
better
one of the
ones,
better ones, yeah. But in my opinion, it's not as good as everyone's saying. It was far too much setup and payoff. Like, let me set this table up. Oh, the next spot involves the table. Oh, okay. It didn't feel natural. It felt staged.
I can
Yeah.
only say the only thing that didn't feel staged was when Bray Wyatt did something with something like
Yeah.
like a candlestick, how he used it,
Yeah.
Sitting in the chair.
sitting in the
Sideways.
chair and poking Roman Reigns with a candlestick while he was laying on the ground.
That
It's
was
just
that was
credit
funny.
to Wyatt in being in control of his character. But
Yeah.
when Roman or whatever was in control of the match, it was just a case of, okay, you'd see it in his head. Now I need to go get the table to get to this spot. Then after that, you could see him like going through the match in his head. It didn't come off natural. And I was bored. forward because a lot of it was just them setting up shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And another thing that I was really surprised is when Bray Wyatt put the candlestick in the corner of the Hell in a Cell so that it was in the right position. I was surprised. Why does he put it there? And then he did this nearly the same with his chair. He just sticked it into the cage. That's something I never really saw that way.
Yeah, something original.
Yeah.
Yeah, that any kind of. It was funny actually. During that, we were making jokes about we're like drawn to the Kevin Owens chair thing. So we were like, "Yo, is he going to sit in the chair sideways? Let's go."
Yeah, that was the highlight of that night. I enjoyed it. I just feel it was too much set up payoff. Like it didn't flow.
I agree with you on
I'm
that.
just saying the only part that didn't flow was the Roman Reigns part.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you on that. Just like Demon said, just the thing that was really with the progression killer was definitely Roman.
He still needs to learn how to make it look more natural. He needs to take maybe acting lesson or something.
To be honest,
Maybe.
Yeah. Well, there are another things too. First thing, as Bray pulled out the chair, I was flipping the shit because of the inside joke with Kevin Owens and the chair. I was flipping the shit.
they were freaking out because of it.
Yeah. And another thing is, they pulled out 3 tables, and I said, "What have the Dudleys left?"
To be honest,
I was about to say.
Yeah.
If
I
it was a
mean-
no-holds-barred tag team match for the WWE Tag Team Championship, then they didn't need to left the tables, but no, it wasn't no-holds-barred.
Yeah.
We'll see.
it would have been better if it was. To be honest,
I think any match would be better if it was no-holds-barred.
Yeah.
Any. Well,
No, it gets
Nah.
stale after a while.
oh yeah.
That's the reason why it should be only a sessional. Another thing that I was really surprised what Bray did was nearly at the end of the match. In the corner, he strapped on the turnbuckles 2 candlesticks.
yo,
Yeah, that was. I was like, what is he doing?
That's
What
actually
is
a
he doing?
callback. That's a reference to his feud with Dean Ambrose because that's
Yeah.
something he used to do a lot in the Ambrose feud.
I mean, does this man have a fetish for kendo sticks? I mean, come on.
But if you said it was a callback to what he did with Dean Ambrose and his feud, what happened? Well, I don't know if you want to talk about it now or when it happened because I don't remember when it happened. But that little tiny promo-y thing on the.
That happened
The
after the
time
Divas match.
We'll talk about it then.
Yeah.
Cool. I never remembered when, but
I
that comes
noted
to
it
that
down.
point. Cool.
Yeah.
It comes to that point, so once it comes there, mention that.
Oh.
It kind of links in a tiny little bit.
VC.
Yeah.
You know what I kind of think is ironic about that? Now that I'm thinking about it,
What?
he did that against Dean Ambrose in a feud. Now he's doing it against Roman Reigns, another member of the Shield.
Mm-hmm.
So
No, it was deliberate.
Yeah.
it's kind of a good callback because it's like, oh yeah, you guys were in a tag team. Let me do this thing I did.
Yeah, that's why I love Wyatt. He does little things like that. He's very into the character.
Yep.
Like he'll remember every little thing and do all these references to feuds from the past and just the guy's great. He's money.
Yeah.
He sells the character amazingly.
Mm-hmm.
They need to push him through feuds, not let other get pushed through him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and the double candlestick thing, I just said, ooh, it's time for double penetration. He likes that.
Of which, my tweet. I had
Yeah.
to tweet it, to be honest.
Well, that match was technically on a good standpoint. If Roman Reigns didn't let it look so unnatural, it would be the match of card.
I mean, I personally thought that was the best match that night. Because, like, the other matches, the main event was okay, but, you know, we all originally thought, well, most of us originally thought that Bray Wyatt would win.
Yeah.
We all
no.
originally thought in the prediction video, if I
No.
remember correctly,
No.
we all a lot of us said that Bray Wyatt would win.
No, we all said we
should
wish.
win. Yeah.
We knew
Oh,
Reigns would, but
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
We all said we wish Bray Wyatt would win that feud, but we all said it would be Roman Reigns.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, oh god.
Yeah, because he needs to be pushed because he's the wonder child, the chosen one.
Yeah. I mean, in the end of the day, it all comes down to them taking Roman to acting classes.
Yeah, I mean, he isn't a bad performer. He can do well. I mean, the
Needs to
one
do
spear
better.
that he done through the table was nearly perfect.
Yeah, just he needs to learn how to sell what he's doing a little bit more authentically.
There's like he is good. He's entertaining, but there's a
Yeah.
lot of room for improvement.
Yeah, he has room to learn.
Like people say he's the next, like they want him to be the new Cena, and that's the way I look at him. Like during
Yeah.
this phase of Cena's career, he was the exact same. Like he was entertaining, but there was a lot of shit he could improve on. Like he looked like he was out there doing a staged thing. Now he comes across very natural. He's smooth. He's fluid. That's what Roman Reigns needs to learn how to do.
Yeah, he has a consistent like beat behind his movements,
Mhm.
and Roman Reigns needs to kind of follow an example.
Well, you gotta remember that Rome wasn't built in a day,
Well, of
so
course. We're not saying it's going to happen now. Like just
it,
right
it-
now,
it's
he's
gonna
John
take
Cena.
time
Yeah.
for him
Yeah.
to.
Of course.
I mean, it
That's
isn't
Cena.
like back in the past in the 90s. There were talents rather fast built, but I mean, most of the wrestlers were built within 1 year. But they concentrated only on one wrestler really then that year.
Exactly.
Like,
No, it's
like
multiple.
the 1 year that the Tanker was nearly undefeated, and when he was defeated, it was just because he made something that let him be DQ'd.
Yep.
Or Undertaker's first year was as well one hell of a year to. Yeah, that's kind of what is missing currently in the WWE. To concentrate on one to push so that he's a well-known stable in the company.
Yeah.
That's the reason what that's the reason that I like currently Seth Rollins thing. Concentrating a little bit more on him than the other ones.
Yeah, and I mean, you have to give credit where it's due. Where the way that they have Rollins in, it's definitely amazing because he's keeping it on time. He's keeping it good. There are like Roman. There is room for improvement, definitely, but that's opinion based.
So, is there anything else to say about the match? Roman Reigns, Bray Wyatt?
Not really,
I'm good. I enjoyed it. I just feel like Roman kind of ruined it.
to be honest.
So, the next match on the list, the New Day versus the Dudleys.
Oh God.
Wrong week.
I'm just going to
Shall we let
say,
V-Sing take this?
trombonus.
I like trombones.
Oh, boy.
I love everything about the New Day. They're the greatest thing in
Oh.
the world right now.
And I love them even more for two things in that match. At the beginning, they said because Xavier Woods is, they're going to play bongo on the head of Divan. But then they said they're doing it like Kamala.
Yeah.
When he is going to be in the Hall of Fame?
Come
To be
on.
honest. Camille.
I don't know if Kamala's deserving, man. That's a debate for another day.
Yeah.
For another video.
Yeah. But yeah, I like casual racism.
To be honest. I mean, even within that match, I said, well, look at fucking Langston over here. He looks like a black priest.
Isn't that the gimmick?
Yes.
Just he sells it hella well, but God,
He's
ripped
basically
for it.
playing the preacher from Coming to America.
Yeah, it's just hallelujah, praise the Jesus.
Yeah, pretty much. He watched too much Eddie Murphy.
I thought that he plays the priest out of the Blues Brothers movie.
It's
Yeah.
it's the same thing, to be honest.
To be honest,
Well, then the match was rather average. The only one thing that I liked was, and that's my personal highlight, when Kofi tried to hit, I think it was Baba?
Ray.
Yeah. Tries to hit Bubba Ray with a trombone, but he takes it away from Kofi, and the referee turns around and sees him, and Kofi does I can't talk. He goes Fields.
Shoutouts to Eddie Guerrero.
Yeah, I like the Eddie tribute since it's 10 years this year.
Yeah, it was good placed.
I wish they had won that way.
Yeah.
Same. But I
Uh,
do like that he pinned Bubba Ray. Like,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
nice. Like, I don't really have much to say on the match. It was fine. It wasn't anything special. The right people won. The tribute to Eddie was nice, but it was fun.
Yeah, it was.
Kofi and Biggie.
Yeah.
A lot of fun.
Some of it was confusing, but fun.
Yeah. It you know,
Yeah.
the editing's put me so much into Field.
It did
Yeah.
for everyone.
Well, it was a good match, but not really a match that I would say would be worth to be mentioned on a pay-per-view. It is an average match that you also would see on Raw. So,
Yeah, it would have been like a 5-star match on Raw, but for a pay-per-view, it's kind of lackluster,
Yeah, we're not going to remember the match in about a week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
to be honest. Except for Tromboner.
That was the
Okay,
strongest
so-
part of the match, to be honest.
To be honest.
So the next match was the Divas match. The Divas Revolution.
You want me to take the floor and be controversial?
About
Go for it.
This was my match of the night.
To be honest.
This was the match I enjoyed the most.
yeah.
I am definitely having to agree with that.
I like classic wrestling, classic babyface heel dynamics, mat wrestling,
Yeah.
submission wrestling, just the whole thing of isolating a body part, working on it, then the comeback, like classic old school 80s type of match that Charlotte's dad is used to working. That was basically a Ric Flair match
Yeah.
without Ric
Yep.
Flair.
Absolutely. I can totally agree with. And and that was a good reason that they said there was no one allowed on the ring, because it would have ruined the whole match.
Mm-hmm. And another
Yeah.
reason I enjoyed it so much was I've been impressed with Nikki Bella all year. She's improved so much, but that match just proved it. She's
Yeah.
so much better than she was about a year and a half ago. Like,
Yeah.
she controlled 90% of that match, and she didn't look out of place. She wasn't. Obviously, there was one botch, but that was neither of them's fault. But other than that, like, they were smooth. Like, they were actually quite brutal as well. Like that Alabama slam onto the ring apron at the end.
Yeah.
That's
That
not
was-
shit you usually see in a Divas match.
And I can only say that Charlotte did so much to show off that she is really her daddy's daughter. The one Irish whip into the turnbuckle.
Yeah. I mean,
Uh,
She
All the
sells.
chops, everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She sells a match as well as her father did.
I'm just saying, I found it so funny. Nikki with the bitch slap and Charlotte with the titty chop.
Chip.
Yeah, I love this match.
Yeah,
This was easily my match of the night.
yeah.
No,
I,
no offense to Wyatt and Reigns. Like they had a good match, but I enjoyed this one more.
I totally agree. I enjoyed this as well more.
Even though the match was, what, like 13 minutes shorter than Reigns and Wyatt, they kept it flowing. If Reigns and Wyatt would have kept those 20 odd minutes flowing, it would have been easily a lot of people's match of the night. But
Yeah.
the fact that this 10 minutes was just flowing constantly, and there was times where they'd go out the ring just to be thrown back in. There wasn't just kind of, let's go out the ring, let's have like a minute just to sort of pick ourselves back up. It was everything going on at once, and it was
Yeah.
brilliant.
Back
Perfectly
to
executed.
back. It was just like back. Basically, every match has a beat, but this one kept up like a constant fast one going and going. But the other ones were kind of like lacking.
We talked about in the preview that the Divas Revolution is somewhat failing. This has given me some hope because this was a lot better than I expected it to be. And now that hopefully the feud with Nikki Bella is over for Charlotte, she can move on to opponents that can no
Her
offense to Nikki Bella, like actually keep up on a wrestling level.
Yeah.
Like,
What I'm hoping is that soon that they're going to go somewhere with the Paige thing.
that's probably the next feud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I also want to mention is that isn't still confirmed. It's still a rumor, but it can be maybe that Nikki gets as well an kind of vacation thing with her boyfriend John Cena. So
Yeah.
that she's probably not seen on the TV for a while. But
And
if
she's earned it.
yeah.
To be honest.
And I need to say she earned it as well to get to the point where she was, or is currently, I'm thinking of the future, but she is currently the longest running Diva champ, and she earned that place.
Exactly.
Even if probably it was more about her boyfriend than about her, but she proved herself. That
Yeah,
she
definitely.
isn't just John
She's not
Cena's...
just Barbie doll.
Yeah.
She's not just there for ass and tits. She has skills to back up her like.
She used to be there for titties and ass.
Yeah.
Now
But
she's
she
there for more.
learned and she adapted.
Yeah.
Like it's the exact same as Trish. She was hired for her body, but Trish grew to be an amazing performer.
Yeah, that and she's loved by all the people. It seems as well.
And I did Nikki Bella. Fuck Brie Bella.
To be honest, nobody likes Brie.
Except Danny O'Brien.
Oh God, well, he changes his mind. The whole yes, no, where's the maybe?
Maybe.
maybe.
But I agree, that is probably the greatest match of the card.
Yeah.
And I hope they stop trying to focus on too many divas at once. Like I told with the building of a wrestler, it should be doing the same with the women's. Building up one, concentrating on one, like they did with Nikki. It was good.
Yeah.
They should do that, but now they're trying to push whole team bad and PCB and too many teams.
Honestly, it seems like they're making more of a female like tag division instead of making like a Divas Revolution, if you get what I mean,
Yeah.
because of all the teams.
A lot of people say that the Divas Revolution will only be revived by having matches that last more than 15 minutes. Bullshit. This was 10 and well executed. This is what they need.
This
They
is
don't,
what
they don't,
people
they don't
pay
need
to see.
long... Yeah, they don't need long matches. Long matches can be crap. A lot of people in here liked the Reigns and Wyatt match, but it was just lackluster. I somewhat agree, but it was still my match of the night. Just Charlotte and Nikki Bella, they had 10 minutes and they nailed it. That's what it needs.
Exactly.
I wouldn't mind longer matches, but they don't necessarily need it.
Yeah.
I would say, like, depending on who it, like, say that they do Charlotte versus Sasha, I'd say that's one that does need some time. Because they've proved themselves. They got given 20 to 30 minutes in NXT, and they held the crowd in the palm of their hands. So some of the women are capable of doing it. Like, they do make it shorter to hide limitations. For example, Brie Bella, she's not exactly the most gifted wrestler in the world, so you wouldn't want her out there for 20 minutes or more. Sasha, however, can carry a match for as long as she wants. Same with Becky, Paige, Natalya. There you go.
I mean, hell, look at what they did in, was it Brooklyn?
Brooklyn, Bailey and Sasha.
Yeah.
Where,
It's still a show.
Yeah, exactly. Did you hear that fucking chants from the crowd? It's just, they loved the wrestling. It was definitely worth it.
Mm-hmm.
They need to do more stuff like that. And I don't care if they need 30 minutes to fucking 5 minutes. They could definitely put on a good show with the amazing amount of skill that everyone has, except for one.
I personally would like it when they would go with breaking up the whole team thingy gimmick. Like, if they would continue this story with Paige, and Paige try to manipulate Becky Lynch to thinking as well that she deserves more, and then all of them are starting a war out of the team.
Yeah,
I think it's a mistake if they continue with Paige right now.
Yeah.
They need to capitalize on Sasha while she's hot.
Yeah.
Like the crowd are nuts for her right now because she's the big thing in women's wrestling. So they need to capitalize on this. If they leave it for a couple of months thinking, oh, we'll save Sasha, like she's the backup. No, like the crowd's hot for her. Why not capitalize on this? Paige is always going to be there. Paige always gets a reaction.
Yeah, but
Oh, fuck yeah, she does.
but I don't mean that the whole feud should turn around this. I mean, like in few weeks, event about how Paige breaks up the whole team, and maybe then Sasha can cash in that this way of all of three of them are arguing.
I mean, that would definitely give another aspect to it. Like, say, for instance, Paige, the person who's kind of hot shit other than Sasha, broke up the teams. And they all kind of went at each other as individuals in one-on-ones or maybe even two-on-two just because they were stuck together.
That
Like
could
the
be the
Teddy Long
spawn of the
things.
revolution.
Exactly.
If they do it correctly, that could be the spawn.
Exactly.
Yeah. They just
waiting.
need to break up all the teams.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree. I'm also just waiting for Kana to get called up to the main roster so she can start killing bitches.
Oh,
It's time for the slaughter.
To be honest, yeah.
I mean, she can kill even most of the superstars, the male ones.
To be honest.
Like, people be talking about Sasha? Nah, nigga. Kana's where it's at.
To be honest.
I still can't believe that NXT got her.
Yeah, I have no idea how they pulled it off.
I mean, you want to talk about people NXT has, people like fucking James Storm out of nowhere.
Well, that wasn't really so much surprising about the bullshit that TNA is doing.
Oh yeah, but still, like that kind of thing, if they can keep getting wrestlers with that kind of talent, I think NXT's where it's at.
NXT's been where it's at for like 2 years.
Exactly. And they're definitely keeping it more alive than they are SmackDown.
NXT, for goodness sake, found out the perfect formula on how to make a Divas Revolution, and I'm surprised that WWE haven't taken it. I've said it before. You take the standard male on versus male, and you replace them with a female name. Done. I don't know why they have to treat them differently just because they're a different gender. Take the same
Because they're
formula and go for
sexist.
it. I know they just said, here are the women. Look at tits. That's how they're taking it. But NXT have cracked down the formula and nailed Divas Revolution. That's why all their divas and their roster is so powerful. That's why WWE are grabbing them, trying to grab them and just say, look, Owens, come for us. Sasha, look, just come this way, please, and we'll just take you on.
Exactly.
It'll revive them.
Yeah, like, say for instance, they could take a really good fucking diva. Just, I can't think of a name right now. But a diva that has a really shitty time at another place. And she's willing to leave. They could take that and use her fucking skill to both persons' advantage.
Bailey's the perfect example of that.
Exactly.
Yes, baby.
She
Bailey's the perfect example for. Sorry, just I've never heard of Bailey before. They showed me her match with Sasha, and I was shocked.
Yeah.
She's
Bailey
insane.
Bailey before her time in NXT was in Shimmer. Like every other woman in the business spends time in Shimmer, but she wasn't doing much. So I think WWE saw her and it's like, we can do something with you. Because she clearly had talent. It's just her character wasn't there, but WWE gave her a character. And look how far she's come. She's main eventing
Exactly.
pay-per-view specials.
Yep. And she
And
deserves
that was like that first match she had was, oh my god.
Yep.
So amazing.
Yeah. And it wasn't like a quick thing. Like Bailey's been with WWE for what, 3 years now?
I
Two-
think
two or
so.
Yeah, and at the start, like everyone will admit, she wasn't great. She was actually up there with Brie Bella. Like she was uncomfortable, but like with work and perseverance and who you train with, like all this shit makes a difference.
Exactly.
It was just they were lucky. Becky, Sasha, Charlotte, and Bailey all came up together, and the four of them brought out the best in each other.
Yep.
Yeah, but now they got Kana. She's gonna slaughter bitches.
Destroy.
I mean, there's a completely different league in the Japanese women's division.
Yeah. I mean, hell, if you want a good example of what women can do, go back to the Royal Rumble where the shit with Beth Phoenix and Kali happens. And you tell me that isn't some hot shit to happen. Just out of
No,
nowhere.
that was just sexist.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about they actually had the balls to be like, hey, a girl could beat a guy. Don't look down on them. Even if it was sexist, there was a hidden motive there.
I still, they could have sold it better, but that's a completely different story. I think we're kind of drifting off about a great match. So, is there anything else to say about that match except it was the technical and story-wise best match on the card?
That's pretty much it, isn't it?
Props to Paige for trying to steal the spotlight at the end.
Yes.
I mean,
I thought for one moment she just would slam the head of Charlotte, but didn't.
I was seeing that
She was
as
there
well.
to take the spotlight.
he was hoping for it, Cyclone.
I wasn't hoping for it. I was just seeing it in my head. I didn't want it to. I thought it was the right move to not do it. Just because I'm a Paige fanboy doesn't mean that, I want her to just be like on her own trying to beat the shit out of everything. I don't want them to mess her up. That's what I'm trying to do. And I think that would have messed it up entirely.
Yeah.
So, next we've got a little backstage scene where Roman Reigns is changing into normal gear, you could say. And who's coming in?
It's
Ambrose.
my nigga.
Dean
My future husband.
Dean Ambrose to congratulate his buddy.
And talk about something.
Yeah, talk about how good his match against Wyatt was and how they are going to do things tomorrow.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Maybe.
we record that before Raw, so we don't know what is going to happen, but we probably can think about a few things that we can mention later.
Yeah.
But it was a
Yeah.
nice hint.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely foreshadowing something.
I miss when they do multiple backstage promos.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely gives aspect to
And
more
I don't
than
mean
one
the
story.
interview things.
Yeah, I mean, those I'm kind of getting tired of, to be honest.
Yeah.
Many interviews, it's just like, okay, after one match, here's an interview, here's an interview, here's an interview. Oh wait, it's something new, here's an interview.
And now let's get into the piss break match.
I,
Seth Rollins versus Stephen Kane.
Ah,
I knew at the beginning when I saw Seth Rollins came first in. Seth Rollins didn't wear his white Ranger pants. I knew, okay, I don't need even to bother.
be honest,
yeah,
that match was just.
It's
Yeah.
basically Seth wrestling himself.
to be honest.
The only thing that I can say, after nearly 3 minutes into the match, Kane was breathing so heavy that I can't hear the crowd. Really, all I could hear was...
Yeah.
Oh, did he die?
He was not Demon Kane, he was more Darth Vader.
I would say he's more of just the businessman without the suit in that.
The match itself is like Seth Rollins just carried himself.
Exactly, like, it's like if you throw a piece of paper into a lake with a rock tied to it. At first, it starts sinking, but then there's just a little piece of it that floats back up.
It's just a testament to how good Seth is.
And how shitty Demon Kane has become.
I mean, he's not that bad. Like, the match wasn't, like, unbearable. It was watchable. It was somewhat entertaining, and that was all on Seth. He
Yeah.
carried it all by himself.
Yeah, that just shows that you can't really rely on Kane that much anymore to carry a match.
You never could, to be honest.
Well,
No.
I mean, death out of all things is the definite show.
And another nice thing, there was another Eddie Guerrero reference that Seth did. He did a frog splash on Kane.
Yeah.
Ah.
Which is a nice callback to when Seth and Eddie had a match back in the Ring of Honor days.
Yeah, like if you cry every time.
Well, that match was lackluster but has great moments in it still. Like the failed attempt of breaking the Spanish announce table. It lived
Yeah.
through a pay-per-view!
I know,
Yeah.
right?
It
That has to
fell
count
over.
for something.
It fucking fell over.
Yeah, it didn't break.
With Kane, it should, but it didn't.
No.
He's big enough for it to break.
I'm just saying that how Kane landed and jumped off to land on that table, it couldn't break.
I mean, they could have shown that it put some kind of physical tear on it instead of just being like, "Oh, it fell over."
Well, that match was, like I said, what it was. It was a piss break match. It wasn't special, but wasn't the worst.
I don't get why they put it there. Out of anywhere they could have put it, they put the main title match, with two things on the line. One that
Because
granted, not
the
people
tag
give a
team
shit
match
about.
wasn't there to put it in there. The Randy Orton Dean Ambrose match was probably in that space.
No, it could have been. That's what you got to remember. Fuck.
Yeah.
Stupid.
It was an average match.
But Seth was just pulling it through.
Yeah.
Yep.
They should stop overusing the old people.
But old people are lovely.
I'm just gonna say this to you guys. No matter how much you don't want it to happen, imagine if Kane won. Would anyone want that? Would anyone?
No.
Kane would want it to happen so he gets paid more.
Oh, that just makes me sick. Trying to think of that. He's too old.
He served his purpose. The
Oh,
job
yeah.
of the veterans is to put over the younger talent, and I'm so glad they let Seth win clean.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's better that he wins clean.
Like the fact that I think this is his first clean win since he won the belt. Like that's terrifying.
Yeah, it really is.
Like,
I
they
mean-
need to book
Well,
the guy
wait,
strong.
didn't he win clean against Sting as well?
Did he?
Yes.
I'm not
against
even
Sting.
sure.
Didn't he like hold the tights or hold the ropes or something?
No.
Because it was a roll up.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, he broke Sting's neck, so.
Yeah.
The only other thing that I can say is it's weird to have this is a WWE Championship match, and it is in the place of the piss break match, and
Well, it's because there was, I guess, more prominent matches.
And if I'm be honest, it felt even maybe a little bit longer than it should be.
Well, Seth and Kane?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It dragged on for not too much, because it was only, 15 minutes-ish? It didn't drag on for as
Yeah.
much as it needed to.
Because, yeah.
But, Cyclone, you made a good point last night when you said, they had to add something. They had to add longer things to matches because of
Yeah,
losing a match.
yeah.
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 But that brings us to the point of the next match, which kinda doesn't make sense to the whole statement. The next match is Ryback versus Kevin Owens for the Intercontinental Championship match, and it is in the spot of the card as the cool down match.
And I completely missed it all. I went AFK, and I came back, and it was already done. Literally, as Ryback was coming out, I went AFK, I came back, and it was done.
Same
Yeah.
with me.
It was a 5-minute match, and there wasn't really anything spectacular to say as, why Ryback? The one of the argument that we think did in our prediction video, Kevin Owens could pull out a 5-star match with a mob.
Yeah.
Why don't
Like-
bring the mob?
The mop would have been way better than that.
Yes!
Yeah.
Battle me, because I'm a mop. Done.
Oh god, that match was...
Horrible.
Yeah, because I kind of make a little bit of notes to each match so that I have an overview what I can talk about. And all my notes for the Ryback versus Kevin Owens matches is Ryback versus Kevin Owens.
Yeah. There was
Yeah.
nothing that stood out in that match. It was just 5 minutes. It was basically to end the feud so Owens can move on to bigger and better things, hopefully. I don't know who or what, but we'll see probably tomorrow or tonight for the Americans since it's on.
Yeah, it's on right now.
Yeah.
Of course, I can't watch it.
I'm still not happy that Kevin Owens didn't win clean.
Yeah,
One clean.
but that's probably what
didn't-
most people didn't see, but he poked the eye again.
Oh, that's right.
But it was
I
in
forgot about
such a
that.
bad angle of the camera that most people didn't see it.
Yeah, and I say he should have won clean, but like I get it. They need a dirty heel. They don't exactly have one right now. Seth Rollins isn't a dirty heel. He's a chicken shit heel. There's a difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Kevin Owens is the arrogant, in your face cunt. So I get it, and he plays it very well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Wait, who? What?
Owens.
Oh, Owens plays the in-your-face guy.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's really what the company needs.
He plays a dick, but a lovable dick.
The chair.
Best moment.
Well, there's really nothing to say, even from the other people's here, to that piss break match.
Well, I think I
No,
literally did
not
go for a
cool
piss
down
break.
match. One cool down match, it was too short even.
Yeah,
Well, piss break plus cooldown.
Yeah.
It went exactly 20 minutes and 1 second. So, good enough.
And that's another thing that is a little bit contradictable what we talked about, that they need to launch up the matches to get rid of the missing match, but I was really surprised. What? That was the match? Huh? What?
Mhm.
But to be honest, less Ryback time the better. But less Kevin Owens time the worse. So,
Well, kind of. Let's remove bits of Ryback, but then that pisses off the Owens fans. But then the people who like Ryback want more time for Ryback, but then Kevin Owens would have to do it all, meaning he'd get more tired, and it's kind of can't really fucking do anything. Just let Owens win. Done. You
Can I
can't
ask
really help
one
it.
thing?
Hmm?
You said people that like Ryback. Who exactly likes Ryback?
kids.
yeah, children.
Mhm.
It.
Same with Cena. A lot of
Yeah.
people like Cena, but mostly children. Children.
Children.
Wow.
The face of the company. I mean, Ryback. Yeah, I know. I don't really get it, but Cena. You get a lot of boos with Cena, but you also get a lot of woos, and kids are just like ba do do do. And
I-
they love
Do
it.
do do do.
Yeah, it kind of seems like the people that are booing Cena, the adults, because they want him to be evil. The people that are cheering him, kids and mothers and fathers, because they want him to be a babyface.
Yeah, to be a hero, to look up and live up to be
Exactly.
a role
I'll
model.
just turn heel right now.
I don't know to my pet.
Ba do do do. Basically.
So, I think there's nothing else to say about this match. Or is there something?
No,
shit.
not really.
I would say that was the worst match of the card, and that's kind of sad with Kevin Owens.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But we all hope that he now gets better. With better opponents.
I mean, Adrian Neville's right there, not doing anything.
Yeah. Or you could even take someone like Barrett or Rusev.
Yo, Rusev and
Cesaro.
Owens, that'd be amazing.
Yeah. Cesaro has currently his forgettable feud with Stardust, so.
But once that's over, please.
We just had an Owens and Cesaro feud.
Yes,
I mean,
that's
to be
another
honest.
reason. So, we can move to the final.
Yeah.
The match that.
Actually felt like a fight.
Yeah.
Because we all took bets on how quickly it would take Brock Lesnar to bleed.
Yeah.
And VC won his own bet.
Yeah.
Yeah, because no one dared to bet against that.
It would take a minute, and it did. He bled. Then
Yeah, but you could. Brock Lesnar did a bad job, or better said, the cameraman did a bad job, because you can see the moment where Brock, pulled out the razor out of his glove. That's the reason why he used a bare fist, because he stick back the thing in his glove and need to get rid of it.
Mm-hmm.
And in the same corner as he gets rid of that, Undertaker gets also a bleeding. Ooh, what a surprise. Yeah. But it kind of wasn't reminiscent of the last match they had in Hell in a Cell. It was a bloodbath as well.
Oh no,
And
that was
brutal.
a proper bloodbath. This one was just a little bit of blood.
Yeah. And as I read in some news that Vince and someone of the other stuff were literally screaming at both of them because they did a blade job. Because this is the PG era and they could lose the sponsorship because of bleeding, because bleeding is not PG.
Yeah, I'm sure Kevin Dunn was extremely happy with what happened out there.
Yeah, that was the other one. Yeah.
Oh, it was Kevin Dunn? Dang.
Yeah, Kevin Dunn and Vince McMahon were both screaming. Literally screaming. They were enraged.
Can guarantee you Kevin Dunn probably requested all replays to be in black and white.
There are
Yeah.
currently
Already are.
the currently replays are in black and white.
Dank.
Only the live pay-per-view thing, if you watched it, isn't in black and white. Yay!
Well, I was just actually watching it a couple seconds ago. The one on WWE.com actually isn't in black and white. The pictures are, but the replay shows the blood everywhere.
Okay. And another thing that Kevin Dunn wasn't a fan of is, as the second or third time the Doctor tries to clean up Brock pushed the Doctor to the side, and the Doctor left, and that also wasn't the thing they were really fond of. But yeah, that fight was really an old school Undertaker Brock Lesnar fight. It showed their past.
Mm-hmm. I actually don't have much to say on it.
Are we going to
Really?
talk about the ending?
That's what I have comments on. not
And
the match.
let's talk a little bit more about the match, because we didn't go in any detail except that they both were bleeding.
Isn't that
I mean,
the main
like,
part of it?
That's the point that proves that blood is so beneficial that a little bit causes us to freak out in this era.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that blood was kind of boring in the Attitude Era because everyone bleeded.
Yeah. But
No,
now,
I agree with that, but there was a period where there was a happy balance.
yeah. Now it's
On you go, Zach.
now it's just like you see someone's nose bleed. Oh my god! Oh my god!
I mean, that's what
That's
it was
why
like
we
with
did that.
Charlotte.
Yeah.
Charlotte had a little bloody nose, and everyone was like, "Oh my fucking god!"
It's brood.
Been so long without pure like first blood matches. They were the shit, and everyone was a big fan. I was a huge fan of first blood
And
matches.
I'm
Same
just
with, like,
saying that's the only match that Brock Lesnar loses immediately.
You punch him in the
Oh
nose.
no, it's bleeding.
I mean, just look at his Cita. You
It was
punch
about
him in the
about
nose
2
from,
minutes.
yeah, you punch him in the nose from Cain Velasquez. All of a sudden, blood everywhere.
That's why we were doing all the jokes.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
You
Yeah.
concentrate on him, and it'll turn into blood.
You
Or
just stare at him hard enough.
something Brock Lesnar has in common with women. He bleeds once a month.
Exactly. That
Yeah.
was the one I liked, and also tweeted.
Ah.
That made
I-
me mad.
What I did like about the match was the whole Brock ripping up the canvas.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
not
Yes.
something WWE does a lot, so when they do it, it does feel special.
Yeah, and it shows the ring itself isn't just an soft mat.
Mm-hmm.
There is still an hard wood floor, wood panel thingy under it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
To rip up the bare bones of what is the ring, just to show the pure power that it takes for two large men to feel pain and to lose. You have to rip up the whole ring just to do it.
Yeah,
It's nice.
the choke slam on that part or the F5. Oh,
Props to Brock for taking that choke slam because that was directly on the wood,
yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
and the man didn't even sell it.
No, normally he sells choke slam, but that he didn't. Maybe he lost a little bit too much blood.
Maybe I was gonna say maybe he was knocked out.
Yeah.
Because
I
normally
enjoyed
at the choke slam he jumps nearly 3 foot high or more.
Yeah, but you had no canvas to bounce off.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the match. It was fun for what it was.
It was a nice brawl that reminds of the past of the company.
Yeah, and I did like the ending of Brock giving Taker the low blow. It's a nice callback.
Yeah.
Yeah, not just that. There was also a point I was confused about the whole Wyatt's thing.
That's the next point. So, Brock gives Undertaker the low blow. Then I think there was another F5. And,
Yep.
Yeah.
and he pinned 1, 2, 3, he won.
Yep.
Right man won, in my opinion.
Yeah.
To be honest.
But he didn't look like a total dominating beast. It really looks like he could have lost. And,
Yeah.
and that's good show then, if you make it look like he could have lost.
Mm-hmm.
So, after he left and the whole Hell in a Cell is lifted up, they showed The Undertaker and everyone was cheering for Taker. And yeah,
I loved that. I absolutely loved it.
it reminded
just
us.
brought-
It reminded of an retiring match kind of thing
Yep.
about the thank you Taker and how he looked like a dog in the rain kind of thing.
Yeah.
The thing with it was that made me love it so much is that it wasn't his retirement match or anything like that. It just goes to show how prominent WWE can work with anybody and how they've worked so well with Taker over the years that even if he still loses against this 14-year feud or something like that, or 13-year feud?
13 years.
13 years.
13-year feud.
Yeah.
That he's still loved no matter what.
Oh Lord,
And
yeah.
I loved it. I
Undertaker
absolutely
will
loved it.
always be loved.
And to be honest, Undertaker is the only wrestler I could think of that was 100% behind the company.
As in for kayfabe and things like that.
I mean, he was never really. As soon as he joined the WWE or WWF back in the day, I don't want to take a look at before. Before was completely different part. But as soon as he joined the company, most of the wrestlers left and gone to other companies and such, but he stayed with the company.
Mm.
He did go through all the bullshit the company put him through, but still stayed with the company. That's quite admirable.
Mm-hmm.
He's not the only one.
One of the longest that I can think of.
Kane, HBK.
Yeah.
But
Sean.
HBK wasn't he also WCW or something? No?
Never.
No, never.
I thought about it because of the NWO.
No. Sean was,
That was-
AWA, then WWE, and that was it. That's
Yeah,
all he ever did. Props.
Yep.
yeah.
I love him. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then, when you thought that they start to play Undertaker's music so that he could leave, it comes the short about the Wyatts. And all four of them walk down to the Undertaker.
I didn't understand what was going on, to be honest.
I just screamed in my head, don't another feud Wyatt against the Taker.
Mm-hmm.
I can only
I don't
say that
understand why people are complaining.
I can only say the feud itself sounds fine. And it would sound even better if they put Wyatt over, because to give the torch to the next guy to be... The Wyatt is the next Taker. He's the next great thing to build on pay-per-views on.
Nice and creepy.
Like, in an ideal world, yes, he'd put over Bray and the Wyatts in general. But Undertaker is so special and held in such high regard that even just being put in a feud with him is putting someone over.
Yeah. I can only say that they beat him up, but the way they carried him out of the ring was a little bit...
Undertaker's Jesus.
Yeah, he was bleeding from the head and carried like he was crucified.
Strange.
Well, that's something he did in the past with the Taker symbol and Stone Cold Steve Austin, if some of you people remember. He liked to crucify people.
Well, it technically wasn't crucifixion because it wasn't a cross, but still.
Yeah.
Did hang people up on a symbol.
Yeah.
So this is like obviously Undertaker's on his little retirement tour, his unofficial retirement tour. It's the only reason he's doing multiple dates. And this is just another one. They're billing Survivor Series, which is the next pay-per-view, as a celebration of 25 years of The Undertaker.
Yeah.
So I guess this is spoilerish, but they're clearly building to Team Wyatt, the Wyatt family, versus Team Taker. Only question is, who is Team Taker?
Yeah.
Saying Reigns, Ambrose, and Kane, is it?
Yeah, that's the generic route. I don't like
But-
that.
They could make it a lot better. They definitely could.
Well, I just said that I saw something that I liked on wrestling memes, what they put on Twitter, but that won't happen. Undertaker, Kane, Sting, and Finn Balor.
Oh my god, yes. The Finn Balor just made my heart race.
But
Or a dream come true for me and Cyclone. HBK come back for that match.
Oh, if only.
HBK is more broken than Sting.
Yeah.
To be
And
honest.
I don't want HBK to come back.
He was a great guy, and he's
Uh.
amazing, but
Another
He
thing
just wouldn't
that
be able to.
I would like, but it doesn't happen because there's currently a side feud, still don't get why, going. I would like the Brothers of Destruction and the Ascension.
Yeah,
Oh.
the Ascension haven't been built up enough for that.
Yeah, and they are
They're nowhere
currently
near
the
on that level.
lackeys of Stardust.
Yeah. What about the Brothers of Destruction and Sasha Banks?
what?
Yo, Sasha
Let
Banks
Beasting-
could kick
don't let
Braun
Beasting's
Strowman's
dreams
ass.
be dreams.
Just saying, Sasha Banks versus Luke Harper, match of the year. Probably would be as well. But we can talk about Survivor Series next month. I have a theory on why this match is happening, but that's not for now.
25 year of the Gobbler.
Yo, gobbledygooker, it's time.
Yeah.
Gobbledygooker.
And that was the original role of Mark Calloway.
Yeah. Well, wasn't it the Berserker, then gobbledygooker, then he settled on Undertaker?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, Hector Guerrero, he's not busy. Return of the gobbledygooker.
Yeah. And it would fit into an PG era.
It's the greatest thing a Guerrero has ever done in this business. Gobbledygooker.
You shut your mouth, nigga.
I think the Brock Lesnar match.
Nah. Gobbledygooker is the best thing any Guerrero has ever done.
Alright, I'm going to Scotland. I have to smack the fuck out this bitch.
Hector Guerrero is so much better than Eddie, Chavo Senior, Chavo Junior,
Hello, no,
Mondo,
shut
all
up,
of them.
no,
Glory
okay.
I'm
Guerrero.
about to
right,
smack
so-
you straight.
You realize I'm going
Hector
to
Guerrero
Scotland
is
very
that
soon.
nigga.
I'm gonna
Alright,
fuck you up.
Alright, hold on. I'm about to go smack him straight. Hold on.
Say, man, Hector Guerrero, that nigga.
So I'm just saying that it was a nice brawl match and the ending was weird as hell and but as many would say best match on the card, I wouldn't say it. No. Only because you saw so much blood, it isn't good.
Yeah. It was fun, but it wasn't a great match.
Yeah. Like I said, it wasn't great brawl match. Something we don't see so often in the PG era.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think that was it so far from Hell in a Cell. And at the beginning we already told that Hell in a Cell was more of a filler pay-per-view than a real pay-per-view because it had special moments but didn't feel as special as it could be as a pay-per-view.
To be honest.
Yeah,
We'll
so
be honest.
I think that was from our side of the review. Or is there anything else to note on?
Needed more Sasha Banks.
Need more Page.
Wiener.
Zach
Well,
wants more wieners.
Oh, yeah.
To be
But-
honest.
but there weren't enough. There were enough Venus.
Be honest.
I
Those
mean,
The
Brock
bulges,
Lesnar was
though.
there. He's a wiener.
Well, I think this is it for now. Hope you liked that little review about Hell in a Cell. Tune to the next pay-per-view, Survivor Series. Bye.
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 Bye,
Nice.
ever.